Well, Women's Month is over, and for me, there were three noteworthy events that happened to be interlinked. The 1956 anti-pass march in Pretoria, of course, about which we've heard a lot. The 1946 miners' strike was the anniversary again this year, about which we heard little, although I did mention it in my Inside Labour column. And, well, to my mind, very importantly, the fact last week that the Food and Allied Workers Union, FAWU, decided to withdraw from COSATU and from the ANC-led alliance. Now there's a common denominator, a single thread that runs through those events, and that is one name, Ray Alexander Simons, otherwise known as Mama Ray. She died in 2004, but her legacy and those of her cohort seems to live on, particularly within the union movement, where she campaigned for transparency, accountability, and for principled unity of workers as workers. The idea that workers should be organized on the basis of the fact that they sold their labor, not because of any religious, political, gender, complexion, whatever. As workers, they should be organized. And she would always say in that East European accent that she never lost. No corruption, no cover-ups. And another slogan that she would always put forward, never confuse the union money with your own. Now, she spelled those things out at a conference in 1997 of FAWU, at a time when FAWU was rather racked with crisis, because there had been all sorts of dabblings in Kruger rands and commissions, etc. And they were enmeshed in this. And she stood up and she said to the union group, and incidentally the only union conference from which I've been physically expelled, because they said only approved journalists would be allowed and none were allowed. She said the union is yours. And she pointed out, she said the ANC inherited a corrupt government. You, she said to the FAWU delegates, did not inherit a corrupt union. And despite this, despite the fact that she also had her own very rigid, I would regard, political beliefs, she never allowed them to get in the way of this idea of promoting principled unity and transparency and accountability to the members by the leadership. So I think this is a history, an important history, that we need to know, and we need to honor these principles regarding worker unity. This, in any event, is what I hope to focus on in my Inside Labour column, which you can access on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in the City Press business section on Sunday. In the meantime, as always, it's over to you. Let's have your comments, let's have your suggestions about what you'd like me to deal with, what you would like to hear, any of the criticisms you may have. Just send them to editor@fin24.com. That's editor@fin24.com. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.